Awesome.
All right.
Welcome. Here we go. Day three. Welcome, Michael. Welcome, Deb, and a few people that were, I think, unable to make it. And we're just going to go here. This is good. You guys are the committed, right? Is that good?
Yeah, you're blowing my mind again. It's like, oh my gosh, I did. You just don't realize that the power of what you have available.
Yeah, I love it. I've been in AI for years now and just using it in the background. And it's allowed me to create frameworks and development. I already think in processes and systems because I'm a professional project manager and business analyst. So I've got to have a system to be able to expand, to to grow. Or you hear the marketing term to scale what I'm doing. So now I'm looking at all these things to we have to create systems, and that's why I'm creating a project management mapper, just a project mapper that's going to be able to take these entire things. So this website development is just part of a bigger project. And so, but right now we're just working on the website itself, and it's a project in itself. And then it's got a lot of little moving parts that we get to develop. And these business assets, there's a book called 24 Assets by Daniel Priestley. I recommend you getting that and reading
What's it
it.
called?
24 Assets. I don't have it on my shelf right here. Incredible book, but it tells you what are the assets of a business. Can you package it and sell it? Your IP is assets. Your marketing is assets. Your team is assets. Your trademark logo and name is a business asset. Your bank account is an asset. Your entire business can be downloaded right here. He says in the book, it can be loaded to a thumb drive, but now our phones can handle many thumb drives, right? So your entire business is digital. It's not the building in your office on down on the corner like we just moved out of our business office. It is the deed. It is the rental agreement, the lease agreement, right? Those are your assets, all digital. Okay. So get into a mindset as you're developing your program, your company, your business, your nonprofit, your ministry, all of this framework. There are best business practices. And you get working with us, you're going to be educated in business management just by working with us, and having this business system causes you to think like a business owner. And nonprofits are a business, they're just taxed differently, right? It's not that they don't make profit, because you're going to have to make profit to grow your team and pay for the staff costs and salaries and equipment. And so you better be making profit or it disappears shortly. So we're being thinking wisely as stewards. Biblically, the term is stewards. And so, how a biblical steward, I always say, is not just some of these teachers will just teach, you better balance your checkbook right. You better balance your checkbook right. Well, then don't go into debt. Well, if you go with that philosophy, it only brings you back to zero. Yeah, I'm paying what comes in, I'm paying it out, and I'm not paying more than so that's only bringing you to zero. But in the kingdom, as kingdom leaders, we are in an abundance mindset, and we're learning how to be. I am still breaking the giant of a poverty mindset in my life, and I want to break those strongholds in your life as well. And this system creates that, causes you to create the abundance mindset. Well, I got to have more than enough. We serve a God who is more than enough, who supplies more than enough. He is the source, and we get to understand how to steward all the resources. And He's going to resource your ministry, the stuff that you're just giving away, through your businesses that you create, through the books that you sell, through the people that you encounter. You'll have donors that have a heart to help minister to women coming out of trafficking, let's say. They have a heart, but they don't have the time, but they do have the dollars. So they want to, you're serving your donors by investing in them. You're serving your donors by creating a great operating system on top of King's Contact Pro, on top of a good CRM, on top of your website. That is wise stewardship. And a biblical steward is not just someone, hey, I'm balancing my checkbook, I'm working hourly, and that's all I'm doing. A biblical steward does what? He multiplies what his king, his master gave him. And that's what we're doing. Our king, we're in a new government. We have to have a new government mindset. Our king has given us these resources, our brains, our mindset, our calling, the gift he's placed inside of us are things that we get to steward and multiply. And a system like King's Contact Pro is going to multiply that. So that's just a little third day pep talk and a mindset around this. So this is why I love doing this. We're living from the fact that we have the goodness of God gets to flow, but it has to flow through a kingdom mindset. And we're all learning how what that means and how to expand territory, how to think like a king, which is a servant, and you're giving everybody the opportunities that they need to expand what who they are, who God's created them to be. So this is just some of the tech. This is some of the tech and the education. Hopefully you're picking it up because I'm picking it up right along with you. So this is good stuff. And you guys are asking good questions and say, well, how do we do this? We're making straight the path of the Lord, making straight the path of the Lord with good systems. We had an email go out the other day with our business to a client. I said, that email, that's not the package that I bought. The email's wrong. Like, oh, we got to go back and fix that email because it's within the system. And so, but we get to steward these things and make it flow. When people are communicating with us, we get to have this all in one system to capture all of the communications going through here. To have our website is communicating who we are. We did our about page yesterday, and today we'll talk about services, how we serve. What are you going to offer to serve? So I'll stop right there and let's talk about any takeaways from that as we approach even today's website build day. Any thoughts?
Just say that I'm also overcoming the poverty mindset,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I grew up that way forever and always looking at it from the downstairs, up
Mm-hmm.
there, downstairs living, the poverty, the poor, I'm just gonna get by, I'm just gonna make it, I'm just gonna all those things. And abundance is where it's at. So that's why I took
Man,
it. So
that's great. That's good stuff right there. How about you, Michael? Let's check in with you. What's going on there?
I was going to say we did something kind of neat yesterday. We took Hillary's logo. It was a painting that she had done in the past,
Mm.
and that's what we've been using for a logo. It's like a hand coming out. And put it in ChatGPT and said, "Hey, can you redesign this with brighter colors?" And it totally redid the whole thing. It was like, "Can we make the sleeve a little bit longer? Can we make the?" It's just everything was just, and it was like every 30 seconds, it just was a new painting.
Man, how good is that? How did that make you feel to have a tool like this generating assets?
Yeah, it was cool. It's just like, wow, it's like crazy how fast that happens too.
Yeah. And you get to teach others this too. This is yours to teach. This is yours to now you're empowering others. Our job on earth is to empower others to become everything God's created them to be. And these kind of things sure save a lot of time. Even if what we get from AI is simply maybe a placeholder or a mock-up of something, it's pretty good quality. Pretty good
Right.
quality. What we're getting back now. Right on. Good stuff. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So let's take a look at what we can do for the service page, which is a little bit longer than our about page. And the service page comes from what we did in the mission statement generator and those kind of things. A service tells you how. So your vision statement is kind of your when and who it's for. Your mission statement tells you how you deliver that vision, right? How you deliver that vision. So your mission, this is our job, and here's how we do, let's say, one of the programs or your entire thing. We transform lives by meeting for worship on Sundays at 10 o'clock, bringing families together into our community as a pastor, as a leader. Or we meet on Thursdays to bring breakthrough for people struggling with addiction and needing not only the principles and the practices, the technical stuff, but also the spiritual thing behind it, breaking off spiritual strongholds, understanding who God is, resetting their mind on who God is and who they are, and how to be healed in that. So you have a mission and a how. Your service page is talking to your people that you're serving as a ministry or a company, maybe your clients, customers, and what you do to deliver that transformation or result. So that's your
Ask a
service.
question about that.
Please do.
So this is where I get a little bit confused because of being like a missionary, right? And offering something to people that I'm seeking donations for. And then I have a service that I'm providing this coaching, right? And so when we're talking this, I'm just trying to get this clear in my mind. Like, am I talking both of those? Or am I talking just the paid thing? Or how does that work?
Each, so think of the programs. So my personal missionary program, I'm going to take a trip to Haiti and work with the team there and get them educated and see how the leadership's doing. That's my missionary work. I'm being sent, right? Missionary, being sent, the sent one. So the apostle, I'm being sent. So now you're, that is like your boots on the ground kind of thing, part of that. But each program that you have is a mission. So now you get to talk about, well, what is the mission? Ask the AI assistant, how do I describe these things and how do I represent it well on my website? For us, for example, our overarching mission statement is we help leaders who are expanding the kingdom of God in the marketplace, ministry, and missions. Those three pillars are our focus. We're helping leaders. We want to equip leaders. One of the things, how we minister the kingdom of God, you can minister it in any taxable way. One is being taxed as an LLC. So we minister to ministry leaders through our organization, through our company that does the filing services and the ministry leadership training. Those are paid for-profit services, and we get taxed on that. And then we have ministry mission work that we do, global mission work in Kenya. We do U.S. mission work. We minister as we go to churches, we go to events, and we help people. So we do things like that in our mission, global, local, and global outreach. Okay. And then we have on the business side, we're developing software for businesses and ministry leaders. So we have a business, we're serving ministries and leaders who are expanding the kingdom of God in the marketplace. So we help business leaders run their businesses well through software systems like King's Contact Pro. So ask the AI to help you get language around that. I've got these three programs that I do, but I need an overarching mission statement for that. And then I need a mission statement for each of these three things that I do. Help me develop those mission statements. And I get to work on mine even on those three independent mission statements. So does that help at all?
But now you just made me think when you said about that you asked about the mission statement for each thing that you do.
You've got a mission statement. What was your mission for today? Get on the call with King's Contact Pro. That's today's mission. That's your assignment.
Mhm.
Everything you do has an assignment and it needs to be written down. What's that mission? It doesn't need to be written down, but it gets to be thought of as here's my assignment. So what transformation does this mission deliver? Now you can think, well, I've got three programs. I got Deb has three things she's doing. What's the mission for each of those three things?
Okay.
What's the vision for each of those three things, right? The mission delivers the vision. So now you get to write that for each of those programs. Your coaching has a mission statement and
Yeah.
it's got a vision and a mission to deliver the vision. Think of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this just grows at your pace in what you're doing. So we're focusing on the very first part of your online presence is your website. That's the cornerstone. That's why we call this package the cornerstone package. This is the cornerstone of your online digital presence. Everything points back to the website. So now we're going to build a website page by page. We're just trying making it small and bite-sized pieces here. Get those pages, and then we'll do communities, and we can do a training on how to set up your community in King's Contact Pro.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Uh-huh. You call in the office. All right. So that's where we are there. All right. So
That is there. I could say if I figured it out, I and I have these five, let's say I have five people, and I could create a community where we would actually physically, virtually meet in that community. Am I understanding that correctly?
you'll meet on Zoom. Just don't go away from Zoom. Just your meeting, these
Okay.
live calls are on Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, your live calls are on Zoom.
Okay.
You're going to post the replay in a course area or some area, post the link. Maybe you can host it on YouTube. You see me hosting these on YouTube. I'm not putting them inside, but I'm just like messing around with YouTube and creating a channel for this. This is going to help
Okay.
leaders. So I'm posting it on YouTube because that's the public can see that. That's great. So now that replay, you can post the link to that YouTube inside your community, just like you'd post it inside a Facebook group. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And have chats. It's your whole chat. You'd be talking about what you trained on. Hey, today's training was amazing. Is there anything that's blocking you from taking the next step? If so, what is it? Okay, I don't know how to quite put the image. How do I do that? And then you can have discussions and the community can start saying, oh, you click on this button. Oh, don't forget to add the element because that's the photo goes inside the element. You know what I'm saying? People are going to help each
My
other.
group is more like accountability
Great. Yeah.
in like
Yeah.
life change
A
type
nice,
stuff.
yeah, have a nice accountability group and you'll be educating
And
them.
so then like, I'm just, how do I tell people like this is where we're going to meet? I'm just trying to get that clear in my mind. So, for example, like right now, we have a Facebook group, and my initial thought was I'm going to create another Facebook group. It's going to be a private group. But now, what you're saying is I could make that community in
King's
King's
Contact. Yeah.
Contact.
100%. Yeah. Just keep your Facebook group up there. That's easy. People are kind of used to that and say, hey, for a deeper discussion and to get the replays, it's inside here. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. All right. So let's just talk about the services that you deliver. Services that you deliver. Let's think about that. We're going to use AI to do some of this and help us. So let's just talk about what you received. Does everybody have the mission statement generator output in a Google Doc? So that would be recommended that you have the entire output, that the TXT, just pull it out, paste it into Google Doc, and then you can see all the deliverables because you'll have your strategic goals in there. You'll have your mission statement. You'll have your one sentence vision statement, those kind of things. And that mission statement is going to help you create your services and understand what you do. So just a quick go through each person. What are two services that you do, Deb? Two things that you do.
Okay, so I have a 5-day challenge. It's a free challenge for women.
What's the
Well, 30
breakthrough? What's the
who are
promise in one
struggling, who
sentence?
feel they are stuck in life circumstances and want to recover their mission.
Cover their mission. They feel they're stuck. Okay, great. And so it's a 5-day challenge to get people unstuck. All right. That's one service. 5-day challenge is kind of the how. We're talking about that. How do you get them breakthrough? And what's the second thing?
So then would it be like that you can support the ministry that we do in Haiti, or like because we're bringing recovery ministry to Haiti?
So you serve and you serve globally. So one of your services, how you serve the world, is training leaders in Haiti
Yeah,
to
by bringing hope, help, and healing to Haiti.
lead teams to bring that. And then you actually say, well, how are they meeting with people weekly? Is there like that kind
Yes,
of accountability weekly? Yeah,
twice a week,
through
actually.
weekly meetings. So always include the how on the service. Okay, great. All right, two services, Susan. What are two services that your enterprise does?
I got it. I was trying to find my mission statement.
Oh, there you go. Right on, right on.
Um, I would say to raise funds and provide resources for faith-based film projects.
So one way you serve your community is by raising funds for movie projects. That's how you serve. Okay, so that's one. That's how you serve them, getting breakthrough in financial support. What's another one?
Well, to invite the public to participate through prayer and support. That
So you give the public a place to pray for great projects like these movie projects. That's fantastic. Awesome. All right, Michael, 2 services that you deliver.
Heart healing and mentoring. So Hillary teaches people to do what she does.
Awesome. So heart healing. So give me the how. What's heart healing? You guys meeting 5 weeks with people once a week? What does it look like?
Yeah, it's either for a session, single session, or up to 12 sessions. It's her packages.
Okay.
And yeah, usually weekly.
So heart healing through weekly meetings. All right. And then what's number 2?
Is a mentoring program. It's about, let's say, probably a 6-month program where she teaches people how to do the heart healing the way she does it.
Training leaders in the heart healing modality that you guys have. Awesome. Awesome. Those are 2 services. Okay. So now we're thinking, okay, packages. How do I serve? How am I serving? So now you guys have a couple services. So let's create a services page and think through this. All right. Let me work it through some websites. All right. So I love it. I love it. I'm gonna bring up what you gave us yesterday, where we started with your about page there, Michael. Susan, getting the replays could be an upsell, yeah, and help fund your mission. So where we left off yesterday was the About Us page. This is our vision. Our vision is to build up the body of Christ, bring access to freedom through encounters with Jesus. We are committed to providing, here's a service, Christ-centered space for individuals experience freedom, healing, and growth through prophetic heart healing, faith-based mentoring, dynamic teaching. Okay, so I'm going to say, based on this, give me 3 services. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to work on creating a services page for this organization from what we have developed for the about page. How could you create that into service packages that help people meet one-on-one or one-off counseling or consulting sessions, or a 6-week package out of any of this, and provide pricing? Understand that this is a nonprofit ministry, so we don't want super high pricing, but give me your best suggestions on what the services page would look like. Look at that, Michael. What's up with that? Look at this. It gives you a way to monetize it with donations. You can charge a fee. You can have an earned income. And we teach that in the course as well, inside the Purpose Activation Blueprint course. Look at that, Michael. What do you think? One-on-one prophetic heart healing session. What it is, a single 60-minute session designed to help you receive emotional and spiritual healing through prayer, prophetic insight, biblical guidance. Who it's for: anyone seeking breakthrough from past wounds, inner struggles, and spiritual blockages. What you'll receive: personalized prophetic prayer and heart healing, a safe, confidential space to process your journey, action steps, and scripture-based encouragement. Suggested donations, $50 per session. And so if it's suggested, you do realize if they gave you $10, you would be committed to receiving that and then still serving them. So faith-based mentoring and consulting one-on-one, what it is, 60-minute session designed for that. who it's for, ministry leaders, what you'll receive, biblical strategies, next steps, encouragement, $75 per session. A 6-week freedom and growth mentorship package, 6-week program. How about that? A lot of that goodness. 6 weekly 60-minute one-on-one mentorship sessions, personalized prophetic prayer. So they can buy a package or donate $400 for that. Group discipleship and healing. Look at that group. There we go. 25 per person. Ministry and business consulting for leaders. A nonprofit, we offer suggested donations. As a nonprofit ministry, our goal is to serve you while also sustaining the work we do. A suggested donation helps support our ministry, but if finances are a concern, please reach out. We never want cost to be a barrier to your healing and growth. How about this? Want to sponsor someone's healing journey? Now create sponsorships.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
You can make a donation to help someone else receive the support they need. Donate here. And they can get scholarships or sponsorships. Would you like to include a free discovery call option or scholarship opportunities for those in need? I'll stop share. All right. How about that for a services page, Michael?
Yeah, it's good.
Very good. What is it, Susan? I'm laughing because as you're talking, Todd, my watch said, I found this on web. They give me a bunch of this info. Nice. Yes. This is just fun. This is just too much fun. So you can take, this is a starting point, and your services page can change. And so let's just focus on 3. Okay, this is good content for my services page. However, I only want to focus on 3 of these services and make sure one of them is the group service. Please give me your best suggestions. All right. Heart healing, 6-week faith and freedom mentorship package. And so these are the still one-on-one. And then here's the group discipleship and healing workshop. Because we don't have enough hours in the day to give everybody a one-on-one, right? All right, so there's the page. We never want cost. So this is some great language, and you get to just plop this into your services page, one section at a time. And then like, okay, this services page content is great. Now give me step-by-step instructions on how to add it to my web page inside my website builder, which is based on high-level CRM. Period. I am new to building a web page, so please give me clear instructions. And then because we are built on the high-level framework, it's going to know the technical things. It doesn't have my programming and my development in it. It doesn't have those pieces, but it has the basic structure. So this CMS, this content management system, is just a way to organize all the code that's in all these files and file folders and stuff inside the code and the backend servers. So it says, okay, I get it. I've got a concept of that. Now I'll give you step-by-step, click-by-click instructions on how to set up a simple web page. Is that helpful to know that?
Good question. So if I went to YouTube and said how to put a video in Go High Level website, will it?
Yeah.
Same thing as what you have, like the
yes, indeed. Unknown caller. You have so many of these people that have their brands and their software built on the high level platform. It's just like WordPress. Okay. You can go. It's just a content management system for your website. WordPress is another big package. We're building this entirely inside of high level, and our brand and our programming is all inside this. And this is why, and it's called a snapshot. Our snapshot's going to have things that are deliverables for ministries, nonprofits, kingdom focused businesses, because there's some things that you want to have. We're eventually going to have a prayer request software built in this. I don't know if it's going to be in at the base package, the cornerstone level, but we're going to start adding softwares. And as you grow and as it makes sense for you, you can go to the next layer, next level. We're going to have fundraiser systems built in. And so things that are going to help you, and then you can take the different packages. But just like yesterday, we're putting hours into the development of the software for the funnel mapper. And so you can actually see, well, what pages am I building and what else is connected here? I got to think through this whole thing. So that's lots of development. You're not going to get that from any other high level software, high level based software bit company. So, but it makes it unique, and it's something God's given us, and that's really going to help people. So anyway, that's it. You can use high level would be the basis, just like you could go say, give me a WordPress. I need to understand how to build a page in WordPress. Is that helpful? Yep. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, I just wanted to, in case I get stuck, I wonder if I could just jump on there, use a tutorial, and it would show the same layouts as.
Indeed. That'd be super helpful. And we're going to develop some training videos along the way as well, too, for specific things. Okay, so here we go. Step-by-step instructions. So it may be faster than a YouTube video. So I am making this services page using the content above. Now help me add the content to the page. What do I do? Okay, go to, here it is. In the left sidebar, click Sites, click Websites, create a new page or choose a blank page, name it Services, click Create. Add a section, select now an element called header, and you can add that into that section. You can add it into a row. Title it Our Services. Subject line, subject title, here's what you do. Add this text, find healing, clarity, and growth through our Christ-centered mentorship healing sessions. Style it using the text editor, which will be on the right, right? We saw that yesterday. Add a services section. Service number 1, one-on-one prophetic heart healing. Add section. Now select one column. Add a text element, right? Sections, columns, or row, right? Column or row, and element. Button text, book now. And now they can go onto your calendar that is already included inside King's Contact Pro. So don't do it on Calendly. It's all built into your calendar, your high-level calendar. All right, 6-week faith and freedom mentorship. Repeat the steps above. All right, so now I'm just going to stop the share, talk to you.
Hey, first, can you integrate that high-level calendar with the Google Calendar? Can they be integrated?
Yeah. And you can talk to each other, and you can show conflicts from my personal calendar. Hey, don't let me book any calls when I'm have a lunch date with my wife. I want to make sure those 3 hours that I have a lunch date or a meeting or whatever personally doesn't conflict. So it talks really well.
That's good. Yeah, we're paying for Calendly too, so that's good.
Yeah, you can get rid of Calendly. It solves it. So it is really a truly all-in-one $1,000 a month software for 97. It's quite a deal. It's quite a great investment. Okay, so with those simple steps that we just looked at that we received from the AI, was that helpful to say, oh, here's my instructions? That help? So now I can just read it and follow that stuff. If I get stuck, I can always look online. I can look at a YouTube video or something, and it's like, oh, what is that again? Because I even did that yesterday. I was looking.
I can call Todd.
Yeah, you can't call me. You can't call me. Well, you can call me. But we will get you through it, and we'll make sure. And as we develop this first part here, it's going to be good. Yep. And I want to make sure those of you that are first coming in, we get you all set up and that we understand the process of getting your domain name on it, transferring the assets over. Your part is to pull down the pictures from your current website, put them in a file on inside your folders, and probably both on your PC and in your Google Drive. We recommend hosting them both there because you may use them for different reasons and different things. So that's nice to have that. create a text document. We always say just put it in Google Docs of your entire web page. Each page has 1,000 words. Okay, pull each of those page by page. Say, this is my home page. This is my services page. This is my book page. This is my calendar page. If you've got a calendar page, pull all that down into a text. And then AI is going to help you format that into King's Contact Pro thing. You can have a, like I
So are
showed you
you saying
yesterday.
with your, are you saying this with your current, with my, like my current website? I would do that.
Yeah. So you have
Okay,
it
yeah.
all in just basic text. You don't need all the fancies and where does it sit? Just Control A, copy all, Control A, and then Control V into your Google Doc.
Yeah, because I actually did that with everything on my main page. I just
Good.
copied it and then I put it into AI and I said something, I can't remember, but it redid it a good way. Like I put my mission statement in there and all that. And so it already did that for me, which was cool. And that,
Mhm.
but then what you just showed us now is if I get stuck, like how do I get, this is where I can go ask AI to help me.
And you can take a screenshot of the page you're trying to develop and just plop it in here. Say, hey, I want to add these words to this page. How do you recommend that I do it? Plop. And it's going to say, hey, and you tell it, give me section by section. And then it becomes your assistant. And then you don't have to call Todd.
Right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'll be
I have,
available when we do our open office hours. That's when you call me. That's your call.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. Yes, yes,
I, I had a quick question. Are you
Mhm.
done yet?
Well, I have one more question, but go ahead.
So I tried putting a video in last night. I was playing with it a little bit, and so I took a Canva video, and I was going to put it in. It was an MP4, but I couldn't get it to format right. Do you know what format it's supposed to be or anything?
MP4 is fine.
It should
Mhm.
be. Okay. All right, I'll play with it some more. It didn't seem like it wanted to work. I don't know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't get it.
let's try it again. Ask the AI. If that doesn't
Okay.
work, get a hold of me.
All right. Yeah, I'll ask the AI too, see if it's something I wasn't
Mm.
doing. All right, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
My question is about this suggested donation
Mhm.
idea. And I haven't had much experience with that. And like you said, like if you have a suggested donation, like what my struggle has been so far is like people can't afford what I'm, even though I feel like I've discounted it fairly well, they still can't afford it. So
That's not who you're
then
serving.
that's
You're
not
not
my
serving
ideal
people
client.
that
Yeah,
can't afford it. Yeah. But
yeah.
if you're taking a donation model, understand that, hey, you may have sponsors who are sewing into the sponsorship fund and say,
Mm-hmm.
I can sponsor one this week. I can sponsor one call. Otherwise, it's $200 an hour, but I can sponsor one
Mm-hmm.
this week. So if you're needing, I can take from part of that. Or someone say, okay, I have a donation. I can go $50, and then the other $150 from the sponsorship would cover that. Say, you know what? We have some sponsorship funds. We can do it. So, however, it's a business decision for you, and you can do that. But I don't want to. So this isn't quite as much of a business consulting call here as a building call
Mm-hmm.
on website builder.
Yeah.
But I love that question because that allows you to play with it. Ask the AI on, hey, this is my question. How do I do that? And it's going to start helping you frame that. And what's my options? So think of those packages and how you can include sponsorships and people, because some people are going to sew into what you're doing. Say, hey, we just let your people know, hey, we've created a sponsorship fund. If you'd like to sponsor some people for their breakthrough, donate here, tax deductible. You know what I mean? That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to break out of the box. Break out of the box.
Yes.
I love it.
Fine.
I love it. I love it. All right, so let's create our little services page here. You guys ready? Love it. Awesome. Okay, so let's go to where's my share? There it is. Okay, so yesterday we created this was our about page. We're saying, okay, I want that about page. So now we make sure it's saved, hit the little save icon. This was about, let's go back. So let's look at the homepage one more time and say, what are there elements in this homepage that I like? It's already got my brand colors, everything. What can I use from this that could be turned into a services page? Oh, look at that. It says services right there. That's great. I'm going to create an entirely separate page based around this. So maybe I have another big hero banner on the services page, but maybe I don't want it. But at least I can have these two sections, section 1, section 2. Let's just simplify it there. And reviews are always nice on all your pages. If you have some reviews, drop in there. So we'll have 3 sections, and I'm just going to copy this homepage, and we're going to make our services page from it. All right, so here, let's go here. 3 dots, clone. Make a clone. Ministry template. Add it to live coaching appointments. We're going to change the name of that. It doesn't have to hold that name. It'll be our ministry or business name. We can move this out to another website that we're developing. Just like I was telling you, you can go in and open a template, create another template website and say, I like the elements in this thing and I want it into my other ones. So this is an example of being able to use other assets, other pages in other templates, and you've got dozens to choose from. So it's going to be really easy. So we're going to clone this page in this website right here. It is cloning. Okay, so we've got home clone. So let's go to settings. And this is just going to be services, right? And we're going to change the slash to /services, right? This is the how we do it, how we deliver the transformation. All right, now let's edit. Okay, so we were just going to take this page. We're going to leave. So we didn't talk about the other day, but here's the header where your logo goes, etc. That's your navigation. People can navigate through multiple pages just through the header. Okay, so services. So we don't want this. They just want to know, all right, I like what you do. How do I get that transformation or result? All right, so let's say that's all set up. That's
Did you
great.
have a question on that up there? See, it says logo here. Do you have to drop an element right there to put if you put your logo in there? Because when I tried to do it, it filled up the whole thing. So would I drop an element right here, right where it is?
So the logo, you can change that. Here's the settings, and you can go back and grab. You're not going to take an element, but you can go say, what's the brand logo? And so let's say your logo.
Yeah. Yeah, just click on that one just to see what it looks like. It would be good. Oh,
See
wow.
that? It just drops it in there.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is global for the entire website. So every page is now going to have your header is on. You don't have to do this. You only do this once for the entire website. And that stays there. Okay.
Okay. No, thanks.
Okay. So now, like this picture is just too big. I want something different. So I don't want it. These little pictures are set up inside this relocated item. Let's take a look here. Here's a bunch of logos. I want something. I don't know if these. There we go. So let's say we get to change lives this way. But this section is huge. It's like, wow, this is really big. I don't want it that big. Well, I'm going to take the padding down. Padding is inside. Margin is outside the thing. Padding, we're going to take this down to 20 right here. And then we're going to click back out. Now we're going to click 250. We're going to take that down to 20. I want this smaller. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable for a little services page. Yeah.
So right there where it says video, where it says image and video, if I put video there, and then I click on that icon right below it, that I should be able to put the video right into that one.
So do you want, like, let's say you want to drop a video inside one of these?
Yeah, like a B-roll right in there and that. where you just put that image.
Okay, if you want to add if you want to add, okay, so let's just see. We're going to need rows. How many rows is this?
I'm saying instead of having those kids' faces, like
Uh-huh.
that's just like a 30-second video where it's just maybe it's waves rolling in or something, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could do that really reduces load speed. So I wouldn't be running a video like that unless you're really
Oh, okay.
you can. But here's how to add a video, to one of your sections here. You just add it in an element and this video can be clicked on and now it's referencing it. It's not referencing it while it's loading.
Okay. So if you put a video in there, it's going to affect the load speed of how fast the
Yeah.
Oh,
Your CSS, if you're running code, just to nerd out, CSS is going to affect if you have a lot of moving things and it's running through a bunch of code. You don't want your page speed to be loading more than 2 seconds. So use as little type of that kind of fun stuff and use a video in the back
okay.
until you're way into development and everything. But just use a little video element and then it can be referenced. So video type, it's on YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, or it could be hosted. If it's hosted inside here, you can go to a video file, upload your video here, and then it's yours right there. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so now we're going to delete that little area. So we've got our services page. We're empowering leaders, transforming communities, our services. So make an appointment. So you want them to get on your calendar. If you're wanting them to work with you, you can have donation buttons and things in here as well to take them to the donation page that you're going to build. All right. Some reviews, you can have your reviews in there, but I'm just going to remove this element just so it's simple. Okay, we're going to save that page. Every time you work or make a change inside an element, always make sure you save. Just because it's running lots and lots of hundreds and thousands of lines of code in the background. So you want to make sure you capture it. All right. So now our services. So now you're going to take those 3 services that we developed over here. And then so let's say it's going to say, hey, give us the header. It's going to be services and then subtitle, find healing clarity. So we're just going to take that and let's put that in the lorem ipsum. So this is a little text area right there. So Control A, Command A, Control V. So it drops it in there. It always gives it a little space. You want to delete that. You don't want to control spaces with the enter button. You want to control spaces with padding. See how this says here? We've got that. Let's Control A and then let's just make it bold. Now let's increase the size. You don't want to go below 18. We can use the slider to increase the size. There's 33. You can manipulate the size just by the number as well. And it's in pixels. Pixels is the easiest way to do it. Just leave it in pixels. All right. So now we've got, let me hit your mute there. Right. We've got the subtitle there. And then using the text editor, increase the size, right? We just did that. Okay, so we got it like we like it. Now service 1, one-on-one prophetic heart healing. And we're just going to do one just for the sake of the time here. Control A, Control V. We're going to go back. We're going to hit backspace. Then I'm going to do a Control A again. And then it brings up this little text editor down here so I can hit bold. And if I look over here, this bold, the code that's making it bold is in this color. It's not regular text is in this color. And it could be different than bold color. It could be different than italics. And I just want you to, if you change that, make sure you understand if you're in a bold setting that the bold color is the color that you want. And these can be to your brand colors as well. All right, so let's go heart healing and select one column layout. You can have these in individual columns or you can have these in the little 3 elements I have now. Add service. Okay, so we don't have a description on that heart healing, but you would create that. And then it gives you the instructions. So let's just go down here. So each of the services that you do, you're going to give them away. You could even add a button underneath this. So see this little plus button? Let's say the one-on-one prophetic heart healing, I want to have my own calendar for that. If I have the group coaching session, if this is the group, I've got a different, yeah, wow, what's going on here? Type. I have a different calendar under that. So you can click right here, is going to add something, and we can create a button here. So they can sign up for that, get on a call with me and sign up for each of these services. Or they can go to a landing page. You can create a form and bring them to another landing page to sign up where you can ask some questions, some onboarding questions. All right. So that is the basic services page and how easy it is. I always just stay with 3. Everybody likes 3. Do 3 services. Certainly you do 12. I'm sure you do. But what are the 3 main things? Describe that here. Keep the page simple. Keep a lot of white space so it lets people's eyes rest. Learn how to create space. Each of these elements is going to have its own, you can tell the padding, how much space you want between other parts of it up in here. So I'm in sections, and understand that inside a row, here's a control for a row. See, it says 1 column row. So 1 row, it's got padding, etc. for that. And so you can make it larger or smaller there. See how that changed that? So that row's padding is smaller. This outside element or outside section has its padding. Now I'm going to turn that down to 20 pixels. You can crunch it right up just like you want. So I'm telling you this, so I don't want people just like, I'm going to hit enter and that's my padding. That's not where we want to be in our skills. We have full control over padding, etc., just by saying, okay, do I want space under that bottom part? All right, let me go look at how much padding I can put in there. I want 100. Give me some space. That makes you a better designer for your website. All right. Okay, so here's your 3 services. So your job today is, your homework is to go create 3 services for your services page. All right, I'm gonna stop share and ready for any feedback or questions. All right, what do you got on your services page? Can you handle 3? Drop a 1 in the comments if you can handle 3, or tell me yes and unmute. All right, you guys got it. You guys got it. All right, so 3 services. That gets to be on your services page. Now it tells you, like, we did that exercise. What else do you get based on creating a services page? What else do you find that you may be able to create? What else did you see that was referenced that we haven't created yet? What else did you see referenced? And you can unmute.
I would say just explanation of some things, more detail.
The descriptions of the services, you get to create that.
Description of the services, also description of what we do, like in Haiti and different things like that, more detail.
And then we also reference the calendar. So you don't need Calendly. The calendar is built in. So you get to learn how to create a calendar, and it's easy instructions. Calendars are one of the easiest things. And you just set up your time, your availability, and the availability for that calendar. So if you're taking one-on-ones, maybe that's a 2-hour block from 10 to 12 every day. Somebody could book in and work on a one-on-one. That's your morning work. Your afternoon work might be your group. And so your calendar only accepts group times for 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And so you get to do that. So services, now it's how do people are they going to work with us now? Now there's a calendar involved. So I wanted to point that out.
A payment
Question about
plan,
Say it
you
again.
need to take them to a page to actually pay for it.
Yes, yes. In the calendars, they have it built in where you can just set a fee. So your one-on-one sessions, $200 an hour, and you can just set that fee in there, or you can create a
oh,
product inside the
Oh,
e-commerce store part of it, create a product, and then they buy the product. And you can link that there too.
wow.
so when you were just talking about the calendar and like saying, for example, like 2 hours in the morning for one-on-ones, and then a person is going on your website and they want to book that with you, does it lead them to that window of time that you've designated for that thing? That makes sense? Or
Yeah.
does it just
Yeah.
really?
And if you're available, it'll show that on the calendar.
Okay.
It'll show you the availability just like you do through Calendly and other people's calendars. It'll show, oh, the 1 o'clock's open, 2 o'clock is not, 3 o'clock's open, so I can choose one or three.
Does it send you the link at that point, or is
Uh-huh.
that like a future email?
Yeah, you'll send the link. It'll be automated. You can set up workflows that will send a calendar notifications. You can put your Zoom link in it to send that along with that notification as well. Yeah.
Just
But
so that they can pay for that, right? When they do the Calendly.
uh-huh. Yeah, they pay for it right there.
What if it's like instead of like a one-time fee, but it's like they're paying for your program, you know what I mean? Like,
And then you create a class calendar or a group calendar, and you'll have a scheduled time that you're meeting, and they bought a product. They bought the 6-week coaching
yeah.
package, and you can send a calendar invite for that as well. Okay, Michael, great to see you. We're going to sign off shortly. So thanks, Michael.
Yep. All right. Good night, everybody.
So guys, that is day 3. That is 3 pages in 3 days. All right. So let me hit save. And so this is our little demo of our services page. And you guys get to develop that. So thank you guys. I hope this was helpful and look forward to seeing your first 3 pages of your website. It's
Thanks.
good. Take care.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.